me, it was a really good time for me to do it, with the youngest starting school, and it was just a way to refresh and reignite my enthusiasm for the business as well as for the industry. Another reason for me wanting to do the course was to be a strong role model for our daughters and to show them that women can be actively involved in the farming business.
My youngest had just gone to school, so I had an extra time, and James had been wanting me to step up and start getting more involved with the farm, so it was just perfect timing.
She asked me about it and I said, God, this is fantastic, because So's from the city and she's not from a farming background, and I thought, shit, this is going to put us on a bit more of a, the same playing field perhaps, and it'll be easier to have a sort of discussion when I come home at night,
So up until recently I've been working full time as a physiotherapist off farm. 9 months ago we welcomed Thomas to the world, so now I'm only working part-time as a physiotherapist, so there's an opportunity for me to become more involved with the business now I'm at home.
I think it's very important that Fiona's involved in the business where she can be, to obviously reduce the workload for me, but B, if you look industry-wide at the businesses performing at the top, it's quite evident that both parties are heavily involved in the business, and obviously the business is driving forward with everyone on the same page. I was all for her to go on the course, to give herself a bit of confidence, which it has done, and to network with other women locally in the industry. Fiona probably doesn't give herself enough credit for the skills that she has got.
I didn't study farming, I didn't grow up on a farm, so everything I've learned from Richard and his father probably, and so anything I could learn about the behind the scenes of farming was going to be a bonus and add to the partnership hopefully.
One of the other things was the fact that the Red Meat Profit Partnership was funding the program, so that was basically another way that we could utilise where our funds were going as farmers to go towards funding the course, so that we could tap into the expertise that were on offer to try and further this operation.
I would do more of the transaction side of things and Mike would do more of the cash flow side of things. So this course has really opened up more communication between us, because I've got so much more of an understanding of what's going on his side, that now I'm asking questions that start good conversations that then lead to different choices or decisions perhaps, or different goals, and so it's just spurred on a whole different side of teamwork that...
Well, I picked up some of my shortcoming, like as picking up noticing things that I haven't entered even, in stock flows, she's been enabled to figure out how those things are coming through the system.
Yep.
We're getting to a stage where we're so measured that those little things matter, intensiveness of where the direction we're heading. Little things can matter, and I think if both of us can work on that.
And offering the female point of view is, I think, a really good thing, and you do too.
Challenging.
But it's a good thing. You love it because I can offer suggestions that make you, first of all, I help make you more accountable than you used to be.
Yeah, well, it's been held accountable on a daily basis rather than just on a monthly basis from your bank and bits and pieces,
And instead of just making a budget for the bank, now we're making a budget and having goals and sticking to the budget for ourselves and for our own goals and challenges that we've put together.
Getting challenged on variances in the budget halfway through the month. Yeah.
Yes.
Another big thing for me has probably been the goal setting too. Really pinpointing that, because we have very similar goals, but we probably haven't, and again, maybe some of the barriers have come from my side, really looked into the future to figure out exactly how we're going to have the money for perhaps our children's education, retirement, and we're starting to really have the big conversations about that now and hone in on how we're going to do it, and starting to really put processes in place.
We've had a lot more discussions about, everything. It's just not about kids anymore.
But with Lucy, it's we're obviously discussing more often, and she'll ask questions, and I have to justify why I've made that decision to do that, and then sometimes you overlook things, and it's great that Lucy can say, well, hang on, what about this scenario, and you think, oh yeah, I didn't actually think of that. So it's a real strength to have two minds working together.
We've talked about accountancy, planning. One thing that came up was talking about the herd scheme, or the different types of accountancy, stock accountancy things, and ways to use those. We went online with our cash manager and have started working more closely with our advisors. She came home probably with a greater understanding of key drivers like gross farm income per hectare and net profits, and how stuff's filtering through and dropping out the bottom dollars wise.
I've sat in accountants meetings before and kind of had a pretty good idea of the stuff that I'd done, but not necessarily when they start pulling out those averages and things like that.
The program brought a few more things into play for us, and it was really also just about adding value to our business, and also in the terms of getting a network going for Abby, probably, because that was probably one thing that I said to her is, go and find out what other people were doing and tap into those people.
At the moment, we're currently going through succession planning. So father-in-law up until now has been in charge of all the account management, cash manager, that side of things. And I now feel from doing the course that I can step up and confidently take that off his hands. So it'll make the transition a lot easier. So the other thing that I've gained from the course is a lot more confidence going forwards. I now feel like I can be part of discussions. We've recently had bank managers and farm consultants come talk to us, and I now feel like I can follow what's being said firstly, but also ask questions and feel that they're appropriate questions, they're not silly questions. So I back myself a bit more to ask the questions, but yeah, just understanding what's being said is a huge part of it. I'm now not just the tea and coffee maker. I can, I feel like I'm involved.
Mike's always loved that I'm involved in this course, and it started with when I first got asked if I'd like to be a part of it, and I had lost my voice, and Mike was all about it. He made sure he rang back and chatted away, and every time I've come home from the course he's asked me, what did you learn, what did you do today, and been really excited. And once he even said, I wish I could go.
Challenging me when she comes home, challenging the bank manager.
In a nice way, because we get taught how to do it nicely. But even Mike's father was, wow, you're really picking up stuff in that course, at the bank meeting one time.
When we come to make a decision, we think, is that actually fitting to our goals? The growing the farm size and business and family succession.
I've become more involved in industry things. I'm on the Farming for Profit committee. We've set up our women's discussion group, which was the flow on from the Understanding Your Farming Business course, which is great. So, and it has, the great thing also was meeting other women who are in similar situations who want to be more involved in their business, but it's just a start off point really of ways in which you can be more involved and learn new skills.
Agriculture is probably a little bit weighed towards the blokes out there, and women have a huge amount of strength, and that needs to be captured and utilised and expressed. Agriculture needs all the resources they can get to keep this industry going forward.
It's almost taken a huge weight off my shoulders, because now there's two of you. Where before I'd come home and you'd want to talk about what you'd done for the day, and it didn't really mean anything to Soph. So it just sort of went, I don't mean to sound derogatory here, but it sort of went through one ear and out the other. and now she sort of sits there and oh, is that right? Well, why did you do it that way? So she's starting to ask a lot more questions, and so it's huge for me, because I feel as though she's a lot more involved now. So it's great.